So one day I just woke up and I said, no more. I want to get hypnotized because I've been hypnotized before. I told you that.
I didn't remember that.
For public speaking.
Oh.
Because that always bothered me since 5th grade when I crashed and, had a meltdown trying to do a book report in 5th grade. And it trailed me my whole life and it really bothered me. So finally I said, I'm going to tackle this. Hypnosis had worked before, but I had not gone to you. I had listened to the CDs and that kind of stuff.
So you were listening to recordings of a hypnotist talking to you?
Yes, but also I was in the chair, but then they sent me home with and I only think I had like maybe 2 or 3 sessions or whatever. But it was nothing like going to you, Celeste.
Thank you. Hypnotists do hypnosis differently. So the hypnosis is a state of mind that you go into, which is a highly suggestible state, which just means when you're in that state of mind, a hypnotist can give you a suggestion. If you accept it, it can have an effect on you. So once a hypnotist gets you in that state of mind, there's a lot of different kinds of things that the hypnotist can do to help you move into a better state of mind and thus reacting and responding differently in your life. So her hypnotist was what I would probably call a direct suggestion hypnotist. They get you in a hypnotic state and they say to you, you're no longer doing this and you're doing this and you're feeling this and you're not feeling that. And they maybe have you visualize that, I'm assuming, that kind of thing. And then it's played over and over again, and it can be, in some cases, quite good, quite effective, yes. The way I do hypnosis is I'm more of a root cause hypnotist, because that kind of stuff, although it lasted for you, sometimes it doesn't last because the underlying causes haven't been dealt with. And so, for instance, I knew somebody who had that kind of hypnosis done, and they had a fear of flying. And then they were feeling so great because, the hypnotist did help them feel better. But then in the middle of a long flight, all their fear came back suddenly. It's like the Band-Aid came off because the underlying reason why they had the fear wasn't dealt with. So my hypnosis is I go to root cause and fix it that way, which is more intense, wouldn't you say? But you learn so much about yourself. You just get these aha moments, and I think it's pretty good. But you tell me what you think.
I don't know. I think by the time you call a hypnotist, you're going to be open. And that's when it's most effective, is when somebody's open to the process. And even then, I had a hard time when it came down to my mother, remember?
Yeah, tell me about that, because it's been a while now.
They were taking me through the womb. And it was just hard for me to get to that place, but I eventually was able to. Because it's not something you do every day. You do, but most people don't think, well, think back when you were 6 months in the womb. I'm like, I don't think I can remember. You resist
right.
it.
A lot of people try to remember. That's the problem. They're trying to remember, and you can't remember this. We actually use a different part of the mind so that you can be there. And when you're really there, you get real information. Do you remember you had an aha moment in the womb, most likely? Probably.
It was something to do with the fact that she was so busy working full time, and she just couldn't give me the kind of nurturing that I needed. Because I'm a very sensitive soul. I've always been that way. And as a little girl, I always called myself a latchkey kid. She worked full time, my dad did. So, I walked home, let myself in. I Love Lucy was my friend. My TV was my friend. And I really needed a stay-at-home mom. But, why. I'm not whining. I'm just saying that that would have been good and beneficial. But because she wasn't there and I had these issues and worry issues, it would make me anxious about when she was due to get there. And if she wasn't there, I'm thinking, oh my God, am I going to lose her? It started so early.
Oh, yes. And this really started in the womb then, is what
and
you're
that's
saying.
What you had said.
That uneasy feeling.
She had the uneasy feeling. And I took that on, which was a new concept that I hadn't ever thought of before, actually.
When a mother is carrying a child, sometimes, not always, so don't worry about this, moms, because you can't know. If you're going through something that makes you stressed or nervous, what we found with the type of hypnotism that I do is that the child can start feeling that too, and then it's because they're a part of the mother at that point. So your stress is their stress, and then it can be the beginning of problems in the future.
It's funny because being 50 now, 52, I'm finally at that place where I just, oh my God, you don't care what other people think.
That's nice.
There's still issues, like kids and life and that kind of thing, but I'm not creating my own anymore like I used to. My own issues. It's not all internal, it's usually external things that I'm having to deal with.
Right.
As opposed to the mental torture of being hard on yourself, caring too much what other people think. I have not been inebriated since. I have never got drunk. I hate to use that word.
How long has it been now?
gosh, hasn't it been at least 2 or 3 months?
I guess. Anything that was surprising about the hypnosis, and we'll just wrap up after this.
No, not really. Just that I met that was surprising. It was a nice surprise that we hit it off so well and made each other laugh, and you laugh at my jokes and I laugh at yours. So that's been a nice surprise. You're just really good at what you do.
Thank you very much.
Very good at what you do.
And also, would you recommend this?
Of course I would
And
recommend it.
how did you choose Family First Hypnosis?
I actually went online.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like today's phone book.
Yes, it
right?
is,
And then
yeah.
I also looked at your videos. I watched a whole 20-minute video, I think, where it explained how we all go into self-hypnosis naturally, like when you're on the highway and you miss your turn or whatever. That's you basically, and then you wait 10 miles out, where am I?
Yeah.
So we do that anyway. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's not any hocus pocus,
So if somebody wants to try hypnosis, you would say?
Oh, I would definitely recommend it because it's worked for me 2 times in my life.
Woohoo! All right, any final things you want to say before we shut this down?
Just that I'm glad that I did go to you, and it was very helpful and effective, and I would actually, I would love for some of my family members to go too.
Well, that's why it's called Family First.
And I have a big mouth, so I will tell everybody about it.
Oh, thank you
and
so
I
much.
have already.
I
so.
appreciate it. Running a small business, you got to get all the help you can, and word of mouth is still the best advertising. So I like it when my clients come and talk about their experiences. It helps people because a lot of people don't even know this is an option, and there are so many people out there suffering with things they really don't need to be suffering with.
Well, they're stuck. A lot of people are stuck. It's making them miserable, and you don't have to be miserable.
That's right. Okay. Well, we're done for now. Thank you for visiting with us.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.